The golden calf. Remember this and never forget how you provoked the Lord your God to anger in the desert. From the day you left Egypt until you arrived here, you have been rebellious against the Lord. At Horeb, you aroused the Lord's wrath so that he was angry enough to destroy you. When I went up on the mountain to receive the tablets of stone, the tablets of the covenant that the Lord had made with you, I stayed on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. I ate no bread and drank no water. The Lord gave me 2 stone tablets, inscribed by the finger of God. On them were all the commandments the Lord proclaimed to you on the mountain out of the fire on the day of the assembly. At the end of the 40 days and 40 nights, the Lord gave me the 2 stone tablets, the tablets of the covenant. Then the Lord told me, "Go down from here at once, because your people whom you brought out of Egypt have become corrupt. They have turned away quickly from what I commanded them and have made a cast idol for themselves." And the Lord said to me, "I have seen this people, and they are a stiff-necked people indeed. Let me alone, so that I may destroy them and blot out their name from under heaven. And I will make you into a nation stronger and more numerous than they." So I turned and went down from the mountain while it was ablaze with fire, and the 2 tablets of the covenant were in my hands. When I looked, I saw that you had sinned against the Lord your God. You had made for yourselves an idol cast in the shape of a calf. You had turned aside quickly from the way that the Lord had commanded you. So I took the 2 tablets and threw them out of my hands, breaking them to pieces before your eyes. Now, in other parts of the Bible, like the previous book that we just read, Numbers, when we see this, or when we read this, it doesn't describe that he took the 2 tablets and threw them. Sometimes it just skips right over it, and sometimes it just says that they were destroyed. But as you can see, like throughout different parts of the Bible, there's more details that are given. I'm not quite sure, if it's because this is how they were remembered, if there were more details given at a later time, etc. I'm not quite sure specifically, but it does provide you details as to what actually happened during these times. So sometimes you have to read different parts of the Bible to get the whole picture, and that's okay, because that gives us more time to look at what's all in the Bible and look at the wisdom and piece together what we can, and what the Holy Spirit leads us to piece together. Because this is the living word, and you can get something completely different than what I've been saying this whole Bible study. And that's fine, because the Lord speaks to us differently. The Holy Spirit may direct you or guide you in a different way, and that's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. But just as long as it's the Holy Word, as long as you know it's the Holy Spirit, that's what matters. That's what matters. Let's continue to read. Then once again I fell prostrate before the Lord for 40 days and 40 nights. I ate no bread and drank no water because of all the sin you had committed, doing what was evil in the Lord's sight, and so provoking him to anger. I feared the anger and the wrath of the Lord, for he was angry enough for you to be destroyed. For he was angry enough with you to destroy you. But again, the Lord listened to me, and the Lord was angry enough with Aaron to destroy him. But at that time I prayed for Aaron too. Also I took that sinful thing of yours, the calf you had made, and burned it in the fire. Then I crushed it and ground it to powder as fine as dust, and threw the dust into a stream that flowed down the mountain. Quick pause. So he has no food for 40 days and 40 nights. He gets down the mountains. He sees that Israel has just created this calf. He's angry. He destroys the tablets. And then he knows that the Lord's angry with the people. So he falls prostrate, and he was down again for another 40 days and 40 nights. So that's leads you to think that it was 80 days and 80 nights in total that Moses did not have any food or water. another thing that you can think about. You also made the Lord angry at Tabereth, at Massa, and at Kibroth Hattaavah. I believe those are the 3 times that they were grumbling of water. If you have a correction, please make a comment below. And when the Lord when the Lord sent you out from Kadesh Barnea, he said, "Go up and take possession of the land I have given you." But you rebelled against the command of the Lord your God. You did not trust him or obey him. You have been rebellious against the Lord ever since I have known you. I lay prostrate before the Lord those 40 days and 40 nights because the Lord had said he would destroy you. I prayed to the Lord and said, "O sovereign Lord, do not destroy your people, your own inheritance that you redeemed by your great power and brought out of Egypt with a mighty hand. Remember your servants Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Overlook the stubbornness of this people, their wickedness, and their sin. Otherwise, the country from which you brought us will say, because the Lord was not able to take them into the land he had promised them, and because he hated them, he brought them out to put them to death in the desert. But they are your people, your inheritance, that you brought out by your great power and your outstretched arm." How does that make you feel? And knowing that Moses was praying for all the people, praying for Israel, including Aaron, to pray to ward off the Lord's wrath, because the people had started worshiping an image. And so we don't know what the right punishment is, but the Lord does. And so Moses was praying that forgiveness, to turn a blind eye, to against their stubbornness and wickedness. And he was telling the Lord, he was saying, "You brought us out, and that these others, other peoples, from other lands, know that you brought us out." And so they would say that the Lord had brought them out to kill, to put them to death. And so he was pleading, but he was having a discussion with God. He was saying it also from a humanistic point of view. So think about that, because there are a lot of things that I've said, even including in this Bible study, about our humanistic points of view. Our humanistic points of view aren't necessarily always good at all. We're very sinful. However, our humanistic points of view, you can still have a discussion with the Lord, especially when they're correct, or when they're in line. Think about that. So here he is having a discussion with the Lord, not a one way, but a discussion with the Lord. How does it make you feel? And what does it make you think?